For those of you that love all things European, Sandra is originally from Liechtenstein. She's married, she has 4 children. She recently retired as an executive director for a local cemetery and has launched her own death concierge business. For the past 4 years, she's been an active member of LCI's PFAC, diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in 2010. Sandra became metastatic in 2020 with metastasis in her brain, lungs, muscles, lymph nodes, and liver. She does not take anything for granted and believes deeply in giving back. Sandra is an outspoken patient advocate, public speaker, and passionate fundraiser who has raised over $1 million for breast cancer research and programs serving the underserved. She inspires others with her courage, compassion, and unwavering determination to make a difference. She also champions the importance of integrated oncology, drawing from many of LCI's offerings herself. Please join me again properly in welcoming Sandra.
When Kenny asked me to speak at tonight's dinner, I had something completely different in mind. I thought I would talk about time, about quality of life, and about what cancer patients in general go through, how treatment reshapes their lives. But just a few short weeks ago, everything changed. Out of the blue, as it so often happens, I got sepsis. I landed in the hospital and my strong body turned weak overnight. One thing led to another and suddenly I was in a hospital bed for 16 days. For the first time, I felt myself begin to unravel. And if you know me, you know that is so not me. But I didn't unravel. And the reason I didn't was because of something I believe with my whole heart. Supportive and integrative oncology, and as you will hear a lot tonight, it is not a luxury, it is a game changer. Let me take you back for a moment. October 2010, I was 42 years old, married, and a mom of 4 young kids. That's when I was first diagnosed with stage 2 estrogen-positive breast cancer. I had a single mastectomy and 4 rounds of chemo. Back then, I was told it would take me about a year to recover. I remember thinking, 1 year? Doesn't sound that bad. Looking back, I realized how naive I was about what cancer really does. Not just to the body, but to the mind and spirit. That cancer that wasn't supposed to come back, came back, first locally to my pec and deltoid muscles, then my neck, then in 2020, I officially turned metastatic as the cancer spread to both my lungs. I spent 5 months on constant oxygen after 5 pneumonias, and then my esophagus narrowed to the size of a linguine noodle due to the lymph node involvement. And I lived on a liquid diet for 6 months. Later, cancer cells found my brain and then my liver. All that is a lot for a body to endure. Over the past 15 years, I've had plenty surgeries, multiple rounds of traditional radiation, gamma knife radiation to the brain, chemoembolization to the liver, and now I'm on my 14th chemotherapy drug. I live with a body that is sometimes strong, sometimes fragile. My memory is cloudier, my skin has changed, my endurance is not the same. PTSD awakens when I receive a shot And financially, we've spent well over $250,000 out of pocket on treatments, and that with good insurance, scaring me sometimes how we will be managing this all. Sometimes all this feels suffocating, overwhelming, and unbearable. And that is why I always openly accepted all the offerings of LCI supportive oncology. They do make a difference in the patient's well-being. But then, I'm taking you back again to those 16 hospital days just a few weeks ago. The ceiling started to fall down onto my head. I really couldn't take all this anymore, and I cried. And then there was a knock. And that knock brought a fresh breeze into the room and would remind me why I'm still standing, still pushing, still living my life to the fullest. The music therapist came into my room. They sat down and sang for me. They played tunes that made me smile. They played soft, meditative music when I was later about to start yet another new chemo and my anxiety was off the charts. They reminded me that there was still beauty, still rhythm, still something worth breathing deeply for, even in a sterile hospital room. That was the moment supportive oncology gave me back pieces of myself. It reminded me that healing is not just about killing cancer cells. It's about calming a racing mind, quieting the fear, and giving the soul a little light to hold on to. Integrated care, music therapy, healing art, counseling, nutrition, pain management, spiritual care. All of this is not just extra. It is essential. It is what allows people like me to endure the next treatment, to find hope in the middle of despair, and to get back up when we think we cannot. So tonight, when I say that supportive oncology is a game changer, it is not theory. It is my truth. It is the reason I could go from almost falling apart in a hospital bed to standing here with you. We cannot change the fact that cancer happens, but we can change what happens to the human spirit when it does. Supportive care is not an afterthought. It is the heartbeat of whole person cancer care. And for me, it has been the difference between simply surviving and truly living.